Hello everyone, I'm Donald Gray Drury and I'm your DUI defense attorney in San Leandro, California. That's in Northern California. For those of you who are not up with the geographical area, we're about 5 miles from Oakland, about 15 miles from San Francisco, about 25 miles from San Jose. So we're kind of centrally located in Northern California. And I've been doing DUI defense now for about 16 years. And one of the things that I'm going to do for you today is a follow-up. We did a YouTube shot on this with some soy sauce, and that's taking a little handheld breath test out in the street. It's not a good thing to do. They're nice little machines, they're expensive little machines, but they're always not maintained as well. Sometimes people can't blow as hard as they should, and the officer wants to accuse you of playing with the machine and not doing the test properly, when in fact it just may be you or it may be the machine. Today, we're going to show you that mouth alcohol can affect the machine. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the machine, we're going to take a fresh mouthpiece. Now in California, you're not required to take this little preliminary alcohol screening test unless you're under 21. If you're under 21, you're required by law to do it. And there's a new law, if you're on probation for a DUI, you have to take it. But if you're not on probation and you get stopped, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't even take any field sobriety test. I'd just tell them to take me into the station and let me take a blood test and go from there. So we need to open this thing up and get that little plastic out of the way. And then what happens is we stick the mouthpiece in, and that's what's going to start the machine. Now you're going to see the machine go through a series of cycles at this point. And it gives you the temperature, it gives you the date, it gives you the time, it gives you what number test it is. It actually brings that up twice. Then it kind of goes through a blank procedure, and then it checks to see if it finds any alcohol. Comes back with a 0.00 if there's no alcohol in it, and eventually it starts coming back and it flashes and it says test, 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 at which point the officer is ready to give you the test out in the street. So at this point, I believe it's ready for that. Araceli has not had anything to drink yet, and so it says test, and we're going to go to Araceli and take a deep breath, seal your lips, and blow on that. And you can hear that pitch going there. And when she runs out of air, it'll click off, and it should read 0.000. Okay, once it analyzes, well, it should read 0.000, as it did, because there's no alcohol in her system. Now, all I'm going to do with this thing at this point is put it back down here. I'm actually going to turn it around because it's going through a cycle to reset itself, and then I'm going to reset it. In the meantime, we've got some, what are these? Fresh Burst Listerine pocket packs. Now there's no alcohol in these, but we're going to open that up, if I can, get that out of the seal there, and let me give that to you, but don't do anything with it yet. Just hold on to it. Okay, let me kick this out of here, and then I'm going to reset the machine. It's going to go through its little cycle all over again, and once it comes back up ready to test, go ahead and take one of those out and put that in your mouth. Now, that's just to give you a nice fresh portion of that, and that's, what is that? That's the Listerine. Let's see, this thing is ready. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Okay. Go ahead, take one of those, put it in your mouth. And does it give you a fresh flavor? It does give you a fresh flavor. Okay, does it melt away? Is it ready? Okay. You ready? Okay, take a breath again. All right, let's see if it registers anything. You had a nice breath. Now that came back 0.000, so that one didn't register anything. Those are some of the things that are safe. You got to be really, really careful. That's a good thing if you're going to have a breath mint. That one shows that you don't have any alcohol. So that's a good one to take and use. Now, to show you the difference of how little alcohol can actually affect you, if you have mouth alcohol, what we're going to do is we're going to reset this, and we're going to actually put a new mouthpiece in, and we're going to have Araceli just take a small amount of beer, and she'll take that beer after I get this thing. Here, just leave it there for right now. And once I get this set up and it goes through the cycle again and reads 000, then I'm going to have her open the can of beer and actually not even drink it. Just swish it around in her mouth. Okay, and then she can swallow it. It wouldn't have had time to get into her system and come around. This would be what's called mouth alcohol, and that would be mouth alcohol contamination. And if you had food stuck in your mouth, you could have alcohol absorbed in some of that food, and we'll see what kind of a reading we get. And at this point, we should be ready for the testing. It says test. Okay, go ahead and open up the can of beer. Whoa, party girl. Okay, bottoms up. You do that very well. Do you do it often? Don't spit that on me now. Okay, all right. Go ahead and swallow. You're ready. Okay. All right. Let's see if that registers anything. That's true alcohol, and that's mouth alcohol. So it has not had an opportunity to go all the way through the system. There you are, a 0.383. Man, on mouth alcohol, one swig of that beer, and actually, you know what, if we come back down to here, once this thing says set, I can push that and bring that number back up for you to see again. We'll close in on it, but I've got to wait for it to set up there. That was just a little swish of a freshly opened can, and it says set, so I can do that. Now I can push the recall button, and can you see the number on that? Does it show up? Wow, that's amazing. A 0.383. Almost a 0.04 is what you could have from just having a little swish of alcohol because it's mouth alcohol. That's the contamination you've got to be afraid of when you're taking these kinds of tests. You could belch and get that coming up from your stomach. There's all kinds of problems. You know, we've done some of these YouTubes on soy sauce, which we got really high numbers on, white bread, which got us, I think, a 0.01. We did it mixed with raspberry iced tea, a piece of white bread, and I think we got close to a 0.02. And now you've seen actual alcohol, and then you've seen the little mint, the Listerine one, we didn't get anything on. So you never know what's going to affect it. And there's plenty of these things that you can see. Where can I see them, dear?
Yeah, if you go over to the sidebar, you can go ahead and see the links to all the other videos that we've done with all the other substances that we've tested.
And if you'd like more information about this, you can go to our website, DUIoffice.com. We have a podcast on there. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and drink and drive or break the law. What I'm telling you is you should preserve your constitutional rights. You're probably going to go to jail anyway because these machines are not all that accurate. At least in California, you're allowed to not take that. But the officer will probably arrest you if that occurs. So you're probably going to jail anyway. Just go in and take the blood test. Don't tell them where you're coming from, what time you started drinking, how much you had to drink, when you stopped, when you ate last. Don't answer any of those questions. Don't do the field sobriety questions. Just take the blood test. Go in, take that, get that over with, and you're probably going to be a whole lot better off. Again, this is to preserve your constitutional rights. I'm not telling you to break the law. I believe in the law. I follow the law. If you want to drink, drink at home, drink at your favorite restaurant, drink at your favorite cocktail lounge. Don't drink and drive. It's unsafe, okay? Get a designated driver, take a taxi cab, take a bus, you know, one of those things, but don't drink and drive. That's your tip for today. I'm Donald Gray Drury, DUIoffice.com. Thank you.